Hi, I'm Murray Hallam. I want to talk to you about an amazing farm that has been built in Muscat in Oman. The farm is called the Arfan Farm, and it's just the most wonderful place. We've just come back from being there actually, and I want to just tell you about how wonderful it is. It started off being a 600 square metre pilot project for running for a year, and now it's been expanded out to a full acre of aquaponics farming. This is an aquaponics farm as opposed to a hydroponics farm. And an aquaponics farm is one that grows fish and plants together. And by doing that, the vegetables produced have the full spectrum of nutrition needed for good human health. It's not just being run on some chemical potion, it's being run on natural occurring minerals and elements in the fish water. This country has no farmland really of its own, and so they import most of their food. And it's just the most wonderful thing that this farm has established just on the outskirts of the capital city of Muscat, and it's producing wonderful fresh greens and vegetables for the local market there. This farm is the most advanced technologically that you could ever imagine. It's using the very latest of technology to produce these wonderful vegetables and fish for the marketplace in Oman. This farm in Oman has the most wonderful production and packaging facilities, which enables it to deliver beautiful, fresh, clean produce to its clients in Muscat. And of course, one of the most important things about this is food purity. That the farm does excellently well, because aquaponics is better than organic in actual fact. The next one is food security. And because Oman imports most of its food, this facility is helping Oman to become more food independent. And the last one, of course, is food sovereignty. Who actually owns the food and the production? And this is just wonderful for Oman that this facility is established right there in the outskirts of Muscat, producing this wonderful, pure, clean food for the people of Muscat. It was so wonderful when I was there to meet the managing directors and the directors of Muscat Horizons, one of the visionary companies in Oman who have contributed to making this farm become a reality.
We started as a small pilot project with 800 square meters. We found that 800 square meters is not enough to satisfy the local community's requirements. So we thought of going for an expansion.
And when water farmers come out with a new idea of aquaponics, we were so enthusiastic to start something.
Excellent.
And we could start a pilot project with us. James has explained. We have started with a small farm, and we cannot supply as per the demand in the market. So we thought we will expand into a little larger one, so we could do that.
And of course there was the staff there, the most wonderful staff, the civil engineer, who actually oversaw the actual building of the extension. Wonderful man. So I really want to ask you a few questions about the process you go through to build this farm. Being a civil engineer, I imagine you start with some good plans, do you?
Yeah, we did. We start with a good plan, and then we found out the perfect location for that. I mean, we had this entire farm, but then we thought that this part of the land was more suitable for that.
In what ways? Because
it was mostly level then. The other plots were little up and down and here and there. So then we thought that this is the best that we can start with. And initially even that was not that level. So we had to bring around maybe 30-40 trucks of soil.
Okay.
And then we had to make it level, then we had to compact. Also the soil that we got was very good in compaction, because now what we have to do all this interlocks and everything, so we don't need them to settle in the future, because there is a lot of waterworks, waterworks that is involved here, because the tanks are water, then everything is water. Maybe in case of rain, because it is open on the top, not entirely, but yeah, there are some places where water can come in. Get in.
Yeah.
So what we want is not for the base to not settle. That is why we brought in the very good quality of soil which can be compacted very nicely, and that is how we began.
And of course we have the staff themselves who manage the farm on a day-to-day basis. And then not least of all is Arfan Venkat of Water Farmers in Canada, who is actually the overall designer and implementer of the whole plan for the farm. And this is one of Arfan's very, very successful farms around the world.
We're currently in the largest and only commercial farm in the country of Oman.
Wow.
And if you take this region as a whole, the Middle East as a region of a whole, this system here is one of the top-notch systems that's delivering consistently throughout the year pristine produce to the market, and it's happening right here in the country itself. When you take that dialogue into context, most of the country's food comes from outside.
That's astonishing, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So you've got a great marketplace in front of
Yes,
you.
exactly.
Yeah.
And if we can bring all these produce that is usually trucked in from somewhere else or flown in from somewhere else, we can bring that to the country itself. I think that's real food security.
Well, I hope that gave you a really good interview of what aquaponics is all about. And the company that's doing this here is called Muscat Horizons International. And they really ought to be given a lot of credit for being visionary in bringing this to Oman. And I really believe we're going to see a lot more of this in Oman, because it's a wonderful solution for this wonderful country of yours, where food sustainability, food security and food purity is really high on the agenda of a lot of your citizens.